Welcome to the historic Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center in downtown Clarksburg, West Virginia, as we present the Ghostlight Series, Holiday Edition. This is a presentation of a virtual mini concert to provide hope and holiday cheer to our community, while also shining a light on local artists during this unprecedented pandemic. Since the restoration and reopening of the theater in 2018, the holiday season at the Robinson Grand usually means beautifully decorated halls and garland and trees, and a calendar full of events and concerts and movies and receptions and parties spreading the warmth and mirth of the season. We cannot, however, do that responsibly this year. While we keep all of our team members, patrons, and volunteers safe, we're celebrating with you virtually as we spread some holiday cheer and hope for the new year.
Did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you've delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm a storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you've kissed your little baby, you've kissed the face of God. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know the blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again? The lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day rule the nation? Did you know that your baby boy was heaven's perfect lamb? This sleeping child you're holding is the great I am. Did you know?
My name is Sarah Nale, and I maintain a private voice studio through Vintage Theater Company, even through COVID. I am a music instructor and the director of the Shamrocks at the Notre Dame High School Performing Arts Conservatory. I am also an adjunct professor at Glenville State College, where I teach voice and choir. I'm their new choir director. I am the artistic director of Buchanan Choral Society, and I'm also a church choir director at Weston First Baptist Church. Well, the most exciting thing I get to say about Montani Cantanti is that we are West Virginia's only chamber opera troupe. And it was founded by Joshua Stubbs, my husband, and I. We had just recently finished our doctoral studies at WVU, and we didn't have an outlet for opera performing. So we had this great idea to found this chamber opera group. We did several smaller scale operas. We also have developed the Montani Cantanti Apprenticeship Program, which happens during the summers. And we open it up to all of the high schoolers in the area who are willing to come in. We meet for 2 to 3 days a week for several hours, and we prepare cabaret performances of scenes that match the specific students. It's been an amazing experience. It's probably my favorite part of Montani Cantanti, even more than me performing, is getting to work with the kids, and that's where I first started directing, actually. So it's a learning ground for me as well as them. I was lucky enough to be in the Robinson Grand's first community theater production of Annie. I got to play the role of Grace Farrell, and it was so wonderful, to have a community theater here in Clarksburg, because I had been performing with the Buchanan Community Theater for years, and that's driving at least 30 to 45 minutes for every single rehearsal, and I did it because I loved it. But it's so much better to be able to leave 20 minutes from your house and come here and get to work with students that either I'm working with in schools, or Joshua is working with, or that I've heard of, getting to be a part of their formation, because every time a student is here and working and they're watching adults, they're learning from us. And it was just a great give and take that I got to have. Through COVID, I've had to adapt just being very careful about singing and performing anywhere near each other, but also changing my expectations of students because they're struggling so much. It's just such a difficult time. Understanding that they're struggling as much as we all are struggling. They'll definitely be better musicians. The fact that they're not actively pursuing performing right now, they can't, makes them have time to work on the mechanics of what they need to do. Also, I think students are really going to appreciate more what they had, because when we perform, when we work together, when we create productions, we create a family. Every production I've been in, I have a little family of those people, and the students are really missing that camaraderie and that sense of kinship. Mary, Did You Know is one of my favorite Christmas songs, but it hadn't been for the longest time. I was asked to sing it for a church solo years ago, and Joshua actually created the arrangement for me, because as you probably know, it's usually sung by a tenor, and it's a totally different range. It's so hard. It's a huge range musically, just vocally, but also emotionally. And thinking about, instead of just like our little nativity and you see the little characters, thinking about Mary as a person going through what she went through. Did she understand the ramifications of what she was going to do, the long-lasting reach of her choice? It's so powerful, and I love it, and it makes me emotional, and I usually start crying during it. Just thinking about each question that the singer asks her and how it affects each of us and everyone who believes is really impactful. I love it. Music and the arts essentially are expressions of our basic humanity. It is our emotions expressed through acting, through music. And that's what we need right now, because we are so separated and divided, and we need to hear this beautiful music. We need to connect with other people, maybe see different points of view that we wouldn't usually see.
We hope you've enjoyed your time with us here at the Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center. We need your help to sustain during this pandemic. Your donations will go directly to the theater's operating costs. To give, simply check out the PayPal donation link in the description of this video, or go to our newly remodeled website at therobinsongrand.com and click on Events and Tickets, and then donate now. You can also check out new website features like our 3D virtual tour, before and after photo gallery, and the Robinson Grand Community Theater page. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. We wish you a happy and safe holiday season. For now, we'll keep the ghost light on.